I'm getting there, Blake. Let me know if you hear anything. Check, 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 check. Anything, dude? You heard that. Okay. I don't know what that's all about. It seems to throw a fit. I got to find a way to test that when it comes up. Weird. Okay, well, what I was saying is I still have the Apple Keynote open, and at this point, I'm kind of trying to figure out if I should leave it up or if we should just get into text expansion because I mean, I'm curious to see if they come out with new MacBooks. Part of me doesn't think they'll do that today, but I don't know. I'm curious. Do you have this open at the same time, Blake? Also, how am I going to test this? The health stuff got a bit boring. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. A new iMac? They just did new iMacs. Like, just not that long ago. But I know that, like, the whole health trend thing is interesting, but it's very dependent on the Apple Watch, which, of course, they're covering right now, but I just don't care for that. I don't. Also, don't like the midriff look. The iMac Pro with bigger screen and all. At some point, I feel like the iMac Pro can potentially get to be obsolete. Because I think the Mac Pro takes it and it can not. Like, the iMac Pro just doesn't make sense in a lot of cases. But I understand why some people like it. I do. Why are we... Okay. Oh, a new screen that doesn't cost as much as a car. Depends on the car. Most of my cars are between $8,000 and $10,000. So it can get there pretty quick. Yes. Fun times. All right, here's a question. Should we keep this up or should we do text expansion stuff? Your call. I don't care what we do. Because Apple Watch stuff is going to get super boring. I thought the keynote was going to be done at noon or at 1 o'clock my time, which was 11 minutes ago. But apparently it's a 2-hour ordeal. So here we are. Here we are. Not really anything wrong with that, just not what I was expecting. In my head, it was going to be like an hour long like a lot of their other keynotes, but eh. You keep it up, and then you let me know if it switches. You're going to do that for me? Okay. I can get behind that. I can get behind that. Do I still have my music playing? I do. But I can't hear it. Oh, that's because I'm doing this. Did I just blow you out? There we go. Okay. Carol, welcome. All right. Blake's going to keep the keynote open for me. And we're going to do some text expansion stuff. Sound good? Because I think I have a ton that I feel like I need to talk about. First off, anything in the Apple keynote that struck your interest? I gotta get the tweet out. Da, 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 da. The Apple VPN, you moved away from it. Apple VPN, on-device Siri. Those are some pretty solid ones. Honestly, the one that jumped out to me the most so far from what I've seen on it is, as weird as this is, it's the Quick Note thing on iPad. Now, granted, I don't have an iPad, but I have an interesting way that I do a lot of research, like I was doing earlier, and I would have loved to have just pulled that up and then have a bunch of notes show up automatically in this case Obsidian, but in a text file. So, oh, that's right, the focus stuff, that I'm pretty stoked about. That's a solid, really, really, really solid one there. Okay, let's talk about, and I don't need to beat around the bush here. Everybody knows Text Expander, right? But here's the thing. Let me pull this up. This is important to me. And I'm not going to make this full screen because it doesn't really matter at this point. We'll go full screen here in a bit. But here's the part that's fascinating to me. Text Expander has been a tool that I have used for years. And it's been a bit of a pain. Yeah, Mark, I've had some weird crashes with it. It doesn't always work the way I want it to, especially when there's a fill-in. Okay, and I say this because I have a couple snippets that I use regularly. One of which sets, like, if you ever seen the tweets that I do that have like the flag and then the times behind it, right? That's a Text Expander snippet, and it does some date calculation pieces for me so that I can get the time zone piece correct. That way I don't have to go figure out if time zones have, like, if dates have changed because of daylight savings in the United States being weird. So I didn't want to have to figure all of that out, so I set up this Text Expander snippet to do it all for me. I also use one regularly that does like the whole git commit and such. It's code stuff to where I can drop messages in and it runs commands and such. That actually works okay most of the time, but it does frequently force me to go over to the window for Text Expander. It doesn't work in line the way I want it to, which is a pain. Now, ignoring mountain time, because mountain time doesn't matter. It's so true. Text Expander hasn't been innovating really at all. Okay, and this list, okay, here's what I want you to pay attention to. This yellow, okay, I know this is kind of hard to see because, and I'm not going to make it bigger at the moment, but the yellow is new, okay? There are some new things here, but for example, this one is importing things from Text Expander 5. Okay, it's a new way to import. Great. Public groups directory. I thought that'd been around for a long time. This is in February of this year. That's a pain to me. Not something that I think really matters a whole lot. So public groups is a new thing, supposedly. Public groups is new here. Breadcrumb navigation. Sidebar navigation. New icons. Lightens the elements to improve ease of reading. New UI for user management within a team. Team admins. Okay, that's the new stuff. What else is new here? New onboarding process. Public group directories. Now we're a year ago. February last year. Breadcrumb navigation. Same thing. Sidebar navigation, that whole thing. It's like team admins and such. This is December 2020. What is this? This is all out of order. Is this out of order? It is. You gotta look at the build numbers here. Interesting, because those are all out. Okay, that's all similar. My point will still hold. New. Okay, so there hasn't been, in over a year, there hasn't been anything new that is substantial. Like, that even matters. Like, it's just one of these super stable, solid tools that doesn't change. And in some respects, that's a positive. But in other respects, it's concerning. And I say that because it means that if you make this a core part of your workflows, it's going to get behind, okay? Again, not necessarily bad, but my point is they're just not innovating on this tool very much. And the last like personal related feature update was well over a year ago. It's probably a year and a half ago since there was anything substantial that came out with it. If you look at what the improvements and the new pieces are, so if you pay attention to these blue bubbles as well, they are very, very much geared towards team use. Again, not a bad play, but that means that Smile Software is specifically gearing their work towards a team-based enterprise customer. Just a thing to be aware of. And it's a thing that's a little concerning to me. Because it means that I'm not their choice customer. Just gets me thinking. Okay? And I'm an affiliate with Smile. Okay? So I want to make this very clear. It is in my best interest to promote Text Expander. I have earned a few $100s in affiliate links from affiliate links for Text Expander over the years, and have plotted the concept of doing a Working with Text Expander course. Dropped it because I realized there's not much going on here, and I'm not sure this is a tool I want to promote long term. That was a year ago that I did that. They're on Mac OS now. Oh, on the Keynote. Do I need to turn over to that? Maybe. I'll catch it later. It's fine. I don't want to take up the time for folks who want to be on text stuff, but let me know if they do a MacBook Pro. I'll check the stats afterwards. But the Mac OS stuff, I'll check it later. I can put it off. It'll be fine. So I'm an affiliate with Smile. I could do a lot of things to drive up those affiliate sales. And again, it's in my best interest to do so. However, when they went to the subscription stance, right, that was quite an ordeal. That's been 5 years ago. Do you realize that? It's 5 years ago Smile made that introduction of Text Expander going subscription, when people absolutely lost their minds. Like, people flipped lids over that one. And when they did so, they came out with this life hacker plan, which was for the personal folks as opposed to teams. And I went on to that plan because it was like 50% off, or maybe it wasn't quite that. But they also gave affiliates and a few folks these credits, these monthly credits that would extend the subscription that you paid up front before you had to actually pay for the tool. And at this point, I haven't actually paid for it in the subscription stance, which is why, like, I've had to do like this would I pay for it thing. And I've convinced myself in the past that yes, I would. And I think the affiliate status thing kind of clouded my judgment on that because I wanted to say yes to that. But now that I'm sitting here faced with my credits expiring here in 2 months and having to choose if I'm going to pay for it, I really don't want to. And it's because there was somebody on Twitter sent me a mention. What was it? Jimmy Little. If you're here, Jimmy, hi. He said he got a new Mac last month and decided not to put Text Expander on it to see what would happen. He had 1,000+ snippets, okay? And it turns out he used very few of them. Most of them were one-offs for specific jobs. They've all been replaced by Keyboard Maestro or Mac's text replacement. That is fascinating to me because as we sit here today, let's see. Show me my stats. You gonna show me my stats or are you not gonna show me? Okay. Here is Text Expander freaking out. Oh, it's because I have it blocked. Is it gonna get it? Is it gonna get it? Where is it? Can I even give it access? I block everything from getting internet access until I tell it yes. There it is. Okay, now it will work. This is what I'm playing with, for what it's worth. Are you gonna get there? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. It's connecting. This is going well. Says I'm signed in. Well, this happens a lot. Let's try this again. Here we go. Now, stats. Oh, see, this is the other thing I hate. They moved everything over to being web-based. Drives me nuts. All right. Give me a second. Now that they've done this. All right. Personal stats, words per minute, but that's the time. My snippets. How do I get how many I have? In my head, this was simple. I thought there was a simple thing that told me how many snippets there were. No, it's not going to do it. I don't know how many snippets I have. It's a lot. That much I know. But here's the deal. Here's what I'm getting at. Text Expander, it's getting to be a pain. It is. Just because they're not updating and it regularly fails on me. Like, I struggled just to get this information, right? So I'm curious to see what some of the other options are that are out there. I've got a list of them here. I listed some of them in the newsletter this morning. And I just want to work through some of these with you, just to try to nail down, is there one of these that is better suited for the work that I do? And I'm curious to know if the specific features will do what I want. And I'll show you what those are as we go, because I think it will be helpful. Because I do use Text Expander in some weird ways. I do. The first of these, I think would be very obvious because I'm a huge Alfred user. And I definitely have the Power Pack piece. I upgrade it every time they have a new one. But Alfred, I feel like they do the collections thing, right? Where you could set this up in the same way that collections work in Text Expander. But one of the questions I don't have an answer to is, can you run scripts and such from this? And also, can you do fill-ins? Dynamic and cursor placeholders. Yep. Does anybody have an answer to this? I would love to know if somebody uses Alfred as their text expansion tool. Here we go. Create your own auto expansion, dynamic placeholders. Oh, that's the, we'll come back to that. Browsing, snip, sharing, trigger a workflow. Oh, so then I would set up a workflow. Can you pass things into a snippet? Like, can I pass information into it? This would be the easy answer. Honestly, if Alfred does this in its entirety, that would actually make my life super, super helpful. What are their placeholders? Variables. Can be used with the clipboard. Workflow variable placeholders. The problem with this is this stuff gets super complex very quickly. A random placeholder. There's a lot here, though. This type of thing for dates, I do this a lot. The month only, in a month. Oh, that is so handy. I have to do a lot of tricks to get Text Expander to do that. You're not a power user of Alfred? I suppose the quick and easy answer here would be, let's just try it. Let's see. How do I even do this now? This is like my bank of cheater deals. Where do I do this? There you go. I'm a mega supporter. There it is. Snippets. Viewer hotkey, snip. Okay, let's add one. Prefix, don't care. Keyword. Oh, so you can set a prefix ahead of them. Oh, that's brilliant. See that? Okay, so let's just say, let's do in dot, and then this one would be, wait, this is a collection. So I'm just gonna leave the keyword blank. Set all snippets in this collection to require a prefix before expanding. So that would be that one. Okay, so now let's add this. I'm gonna call it Joe Bullig. Keyword JB, testing, plain text, rich text. Okay, this is just a straight up deal here. Actually, I need to, this is gonna collide. I better make it in dot, because it's gonna collide, because what am I trying to say? The text expander stuff will collide with it. Yes, I can swap to a bigger screen. I forgot. How's that? The problem I have, and I got to get this fixed, is I have to put my spot monitor way over here. It's like somewhat behind me, so I don't see it. I got to get a little thing to put it up here by the camera so I can see what I'm on. I'm just way, 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 way slow on it in a lot of cases. So anyway, I had to change this keyword because it would have collided with what I was doing. Let's make this go away. I'm gonna make this smaller. This is drafts. They put Quick Note on the Mac. Oh, that's interesting. It didn't catch it all. Oh wait, it is colliding though. Here, let me turn off Text Expander because it's just gonna keep colliding. Whoa, what is, I don't even want that. Disable, here we go. Interesting, got nothing. So if they put Quick Note on the Mac, that'd be interesting. I'd be very curious to see how that works. Let's edit this. Oh wait, I want to edit this one. Just make it in dot. Okay, so in dot JB. It doesn't do anything. Oh wait. That's what it is. Automatically replaced. Oh, I have to give it. Okay, does it work now? Yeah, it does. Oh, that's actually quicker. That is really quicker. You're ADDing between it. Do I need to enable text expansion? Apparently that's what I needed to do. I needed to turn this on. But here's the thing. I'm gonna switch this. I just want to see these side by side. I'm gonna put this to, what am I gonna put it to? X dot. Because text expander will collide with it. Okay. So that is text expander. That was not what I wanted. I don't know how it got there. X.jb versus in.jo. Do you see the difference in that? I don't think you can see that. But the Alfred one is significantly faster. I don't know why that is. Also, the Alfred one sometimes... Maybe I'm typing it wrong. Yeah, I think I'm typing it wrong. Interesting. So, okay. Now, here's a question. Can I auto expansion, rich text, use a workflow snippet trigger object? Okay. So let's say, do they have an example here? Nope. Nope. Snippet triggers here. Contains 4 types: triggering a system command, running a script. Okay, so these are some examples. Okay, here's just for fun. Hello message. It showed up on my other screen. Whoa. Okay, so that just blew my mind. Okay, when I ran that, let me just do that again. Okay, so I did, you can see this here. This is what I'm running. This is one of their demo ones. I think you have to type it all in succession. Did I type it wrong? Hello, MSG. Okay. Now, it pops it up on the other side, but this is what it shows me. Okay. And then it has start welcome message with hello, and then it has the ... So let me just say Blake. Okay. And when I hit enter, this is what I typed the first time, and then I put Blake's name in there the second time. So it does work to do snippet triggers to do some pretty, because I know that Alfred's deal here is pretty intense. What is in this? Start welcome message with, that's just the, it pops that up. What's this do? So then that's automatically pasting it. So then does it add it to my clipboard? It does. So it adds it to my clipboard at the same time. I kind of like that. I could totally get on board with that. Because I have a handful of those that I run. Now, granted, this does not run on iOS at all. Okay, I'm kind of glad I have Alfred just to play with on that one. But that's fascinating to me. Okay, I was really expecting... I was really expecting Alfred to just come up really short on this one, which is why I brought it up first. I thought it was going to fall short, and I was going to just skip right past it and move on. But since I already have that tool, I need to give that another look. Just the two things. One, I can set a universal prefix for it, because I do that all the time. Like in dots and then something will be a name, or link.jv will give me the home page to my online world, or link.aj will give me the link to Analog Joe. Like those are things I do regularly. Or like address or demographics, phone numbers and such. Like I would totally do this. Set that prefix, and then you could change the prefix and all of them behind it would change. That's a cool feature. I am going to hold on to that because, oh, this is what I was looking for, snippet triggers. Yeah, I need to look into this more. Definitely going to look into it more because I was expecting this to fall short. Okay, let's go to the other potential heavy hitter here. Because I still don't own this tool. And people give me grief for it. But I still do not own Keyboard Maestro. I don't. It's ready for Big Sur, though I have not upgraded to it. But I know that people use this for a lot more than text expansion. But I know that it has that in it. Overview, what's new? Where is like a feature list? Here we go, feature list. Macro, triggers, actions, editor. What do they call it? How do I find out about it? Expansion, create text expansion. That's from the forums. Scripting. Okay, this is not a good sign. I just want to know more about it. They use discourse. Okay, if anybody knows how to find the link to this. Features, triggers, actions, editor. Is it on this page? Speak, text. Okay, why can I not find this? I know it exists. I don't want the forum. Well, maybe that's my only way to get there. Keyboard Maestro. Let's see if somebody has a link to this. How I use both. Text expander. String trigger. Okay. That's what I'm looking for. That's why I can't find it. Because it is a string trigger. Typed string trigger. That's why I couldn't find it. Okay. You resisted Keyboard Maestro for a long time? I could see that. I know that people absolutely love Keyboard Maestro. They really, really do. I can't quite figure out what it would get me. And I think that's because I'm such a power user and like a script monkey of sorts that it just doesn't make sense. And I don't know why that is. It'll accept a trigger even if you use the delete key to correct it, which is a positive. You can get user input. Generic or this is from the... It seems like this would take a lot more to set up. Just from what I'm seeing. How do I get back to the home page? How far back do I have to go? And I say that because if I look at this picture, you've got groups and the macros. Like, I feel like it would take a lot more to set that up. Not necessarily bad, just would take a while. As much as I want to be a Keyboard Maestro user, I still can't figure out what it would do for me that I don't already do with like Alfred and scripts. I mean, there are some cases I've run into, like with Obsidian, that there are things I would want to click, like click a drop down and hit something. And I could use Keyboard Maestro to do that, but I just don't think it's gonna add up in the long run. Like, I feel like those are very small cases, right? Also, a quick reminder, since the thing is up over here, don't forget to like and subscribe. We're on YouTube. We got to do that thing, right? Put up the little reminder there. So those do help. You know, it helps out with the whole algorithm thing. So no pressure, of course. But if you're willing to help me out on the whole growing the channel thing, likes and subscribes help significantly on that. And I'd appreciate it. All right, Keyboard Maestro. I think I'm going to skip on it once more. Alfred's still my go-to on this one at the moment. Because I think I could, like, I have like some JavaScript, some shell scripts, some just general date math stuff that I do a lot of in Text Expander that I think Alfred would do easily. Oh wait, they have a get collections thing too. Now I want to see this. Get collections. So they have... Okay. Let me get that installed. What did it call it? How do I find it? Mac symbols. So if I double click that, import it. Okay. Sweet. That's actually one of the groups that I want added. Okay. Hi, Michael. Welcome. I want to know, okay, this is a thing that I struggle with in Text Expander. They have the double exclamation point. I want to use ch dot. That just added and changed the entire bank of snippets immediately. Text Expander, Smile, if you're watching this, you need to add that. Okay, I'm leaving that up. That just kind of made me super happy. I'm coming back to these. Okay, Keyboard Meister's not going to cut it. Typinator? Is Typinator still... I feel like it's been around for a long time. People still talk about... Holy cow, this is old. I was not prepared for that. I haven't looked at these ahead of time, obviously. Okay, release date. The latest release was May 25, 2021. That's just like a couple weeks ago. Okay. Let's see. Switching to Catalina or Big Sur. Catalina introduced a change that affects older versions. Oh, they just want you to update. That's kind of an old thing, though, I would guess. All right, so here's the question. Can it do scripts? Or is it just straight text? Anybody know the answer to that? Anybody use Typinator? Let's see. Forms, yeah, I get that. Assistance, that does the whole... Wow, somebody just dropped something big out there. Usage stats, magic keys... Menu bar, zoom. I don't see anything that's talking about... You can import text expander. I get that. Let's see. Regex. HTML. Search. Calculator. How far through this am I? I'm a ways. FileMaker. Is FileMaker still around? Sorry about that. All right, I can't tell from these pictures and such if... I don't think you can run like bash scripts and stuff. There were some functions missing from Alfred that you used in Text Expander. I would love to know what that is. Because what I just learned in Alfred is that I can type a snippet and it will run a workflow. And the workflows I know can run tons and tons of like bash scripts, JavaScript, you name it. That much I know. So whenever I go to like some of these examples, what is it, the templates? Script filters and such. I mean, there's a lot. Running terminal commands. I know that there's a lot there when it comes to the workflows piece is where all the power is. I think Typinator has to go. Text expander for TWSBI. Like a subscription for TWSBI. At one point, I had in.fp for fountain pen, and it expanded to TWSBI, but it was only one character shorter than TWSBI, so... Or what was another one I did? In.tw. But again, it's only one shy. Okay, so Keyboard Maestro is out. Typinator's out. Type It For Me. Type It For Me, I know, and I haven't looked at this. Oh, the website's decent. Type It For Me was the Lifehacker pick. Expand your handwriting. You say that, but whenever I write notes, there are a number of times when I will write the text expander shortcut that will expand into something on my pen and paper because I just know what it expands into. So yes. Rocket Text, yeah, it's in setup. I haven't looked at it seriously. Is it Rocket Text? I don't have it on this list here. Rocket Typist, that's what it is. I don't know Rocket Typist at all. I want to see their website though. I don't want to download that. Write out your expansion. Yeah. Here we go, macbed.com. Okay, this is not good. It always drives me nuts when sites like this start out and look at this. I have 1, 2, 3 ads above the fold to get down to the actual deal. Let's see. And all I get is a download. Yeah, this might be why I haven't looked at it. What is that? Okay, we're not doing that. I'm not going to do it just because of the obnoxious ads thing they're doing. I don't want to support that. It's good to know, though. All right, type it for me, 6. The original text expander for Mac. They've been around for a very long time, I know. Like a reference site? Did I get the wrong one? Typing Rocket is a keyboard game. Mac update. Here. Let me try this one. It's a link on their site. Maybe they have a link back to... Nope, that's the setup link. I would like to know what their actual developer website is. The fact that it's hard to find is not encouraging. Developer website. Here we go. Maybe this is it. Wit software. Oh, this is much, much better. Thanks, Michael. How far? Okay, so it's Wit. What was it? Wit software. How far down the list do you have to go? I just put in Rocket Typist, which is the actual name. This is the hard part with this. Wit soft. I'd have to get down to here, and it's a link to one of their help pages. Yeah, that's kind of sad that they can't get that far up on their own name. Okay, so let's see. Code snippets, filling forms, replies, names, addresses, signatures, current date, technical terms, repeated phrases, abbreviations, macros, maybe? All right, maybe I need to backtrack here since I was on a bad site and thought it was legit. Ah, loving the macros. It's $10, but it's on setup, so who cares? All right, I want to see. Oh, they have Rocket Typist on iOS, too. That's something we haven't talked about. Setup was number 3. It was the first 2 links, Michael. Really? Google or DuckDuckGo? Oh, it's coming later. Okay. Not gonna jump on that bandwagon ahead of time. Not what I wanted. I wanted the screenshots. I want to see how they do the macro piece. Drop down menus. Oh, you can tell it to only expand in certain... I suppose Text Expander does that too. I forget that though. Unlimited. Yeah, I don't see the macro thing. I'd be curious to know what that is. Is that it though? Maybe. Not super thrilled with it though. Because again, I do some pretty intent, like I have full-blown bash scripts that run that I would be moving over. All right, good to know though. Type it for me though. Shortcuts. Again, they've been around for a while. I want to see if they do the scripting thing, because again, that's a deal breaker. See all type it for me features. Still on Google Homes. Did you guys see? This kind of messed with my head a little bit. The I put out that tweet a little while back about we bought a house. It's 126 years old. Here come the headaches. A tweet something along those lines. And Google, the Made by Google account replied to me and said, hey, we have a housewarming gift for you. Send us a DM. So I did. And they had me fill out a form, which I gave some fake information into. And all right, see you, Michael. And they told me they're going to send me a tracking code whenever something ships, but they didn't tell me what they're shipping. So Google is sending me something, and I don't know what it is. Correct typos, dates, times, sync, auto cue, fill in the blanks, placeholder, Apple scripts. Okay. So it can do scripting. Let's see, but Apple script is falling out of vogue. Execute that. I would love to know if it can do anything other than that, though. Anybody know the answer to that? Stopped working. User guides, tutorials. I want to see. Kudos to them for actually having a legit, like, quick start guide of sorts, though. Let's see. How do I stop it? This sort of thing is always going to be towards the bottom, I would guess. This is how I search through. Oh, it is just Apple script. Okay. That's kind of a deal breaker, though. The entire text is snippet to Apple script for execution. Okay. So if I say execute as Apple script, well, that's all they're going to give me. Okay, we're not going to do that. Sorry, type it for me. I know it was a big deal for a while. Type it for me. Let's look at Phrase Express. I had this one on my radar for a while. I don't suspect this is going to cut it for me. Cross-platform. Does it do Linux by chance? Windows, Mac. Available for Windows. And the text expander alternative saves typing on your Mac too. What is that? Phrase Express is our best text expander alternative for Mac, Windows, and iOS. Oh, so it's on iOS. See, I'm not terribly interested in making things work on iOS because most of the time I'm doing this is on my Mac. I'm going to do a poll on Twitter when we're done here. I want to know what people are using. Auto text software. Oh, Phrase Express is the... Yeah. Okay. It's just weird because I noticed up here in the top it says Auto Text Expander, and then Phrase Express looks like the company name. I don't know. It just doesn't seem quite right. We're going to skip that one too. What's the last one I have here? A-Text? I actually had somebody on Twitter tell me that this was one that they use and really like. It's fairly cheap. You can get the legacy one. Oh, it's because it probably detects that I'm not on... It knows I'm not on Big Sur. Okay. You notice I skip the videos all the time. All right. Advanced, date, time scripts, editable field, keystroke, Apple script, and shell script, etc. Okay. Basic. Okay. This looks very text expander-ish to me. And that's all I get. Okay. What's in the FAQ? General. Not what I want. Well, this is lights, they want you to go through this, and I don't want to. Okay. I get why people would probably like it, but I don't foresee that being... Oh, wait, there's more pictures here. That's what I really wanted. This looks exactly like Text Expander. Sync it. I think I made my decision, and this is not what I expected. This is not what I was thinking I was going to find myself doing. Download the Alfred emoji pack. Yes. All right. Here's the emoji pack. What do they actually bring in? Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. Wow. Holy buckets. Oh, and they have him set up. How does he do that? He's got it set up. Oh, he didn't do the prefix thing. Okay, but he has it set up in the same way that a lot of social sites do, where you do the colon, the thing, and then colon. And then that's how it comes in, which I like, because I do that on a lot of other things as well. What was the other one I downloaded? The funny questions, or funny quotes? Is that what it was? Funny quotes. Did they do the precursor? Nope, they didn't. I can fix it, though. I love deadlines. I like the whooshing sound they make as they fly by. Douglas Adams. Yeah, I may keep those. I'm off Text Expander and onto Alfred. Maybe. I think what I'm going to do is move everything over to Alfred. Because I do so much with Alfred already that it just makes sense, I think. But again, it's not what I was expecting. Not at all. Let me turn this off. Disable. Since we're doing this. And I realized I actually set this up wrong. Because I do it like that. So if I wanted to add another one. If I don't give it a name, what's it do? I'll just leave that blank. That didn't work. Does it work inside it? No. Oh, I think I can turn that on, though. There was a thing like that. Yeah. You can tell it not to expand. I'm removing those, because I regularly will do that. Is it per group? Nope. It's across all of them. Which would be nice, because then I could set these up and then type it in. What else do I do with Alfred? The big ones are, like, for example, here's Alfred. I know it's kind of hard to see because I intentionally have it set black, but if I type into that, it fills in, and I'll hit Command L. Now, I can't show this to you because it popped up on the other screen, but it would normally have Joe Bulig because I put that in. If I Command L, it'll make it really big on the screen and make it easy to see. I do that all the time for people whenever I need to share information, but it's on my computer and they're going to write it down. I don't know why, but I do that all the time. So I do that. Characters, which is why I was interested in this emoji pack and the symbols. I do this a lot whenever I'm inputting things. The workflows I use probably hundreds of times a day. And it's because these are all set with this Control, Option, Command, and then a letter. And if you look on your keyboard, that Control, Option, Command is those three in a line. And I hold those three and hit the letter, and it pulls up, it hides or shows this app. This is all it's set to. So it's set to this toggle visibility right here. That's important to me because then I can hide it and show it very quickly. But I have that set for all of these. Calendar, drafts, and you notice I try to use the first letter of the app, which makes it very, very easy for me to pull those up. There are some oddballs. Like Obsidian, I have it to V. But that's because I used V for NVAlt to do the same thing. And I started using Obsidian instead of NVAlt. So I just wanted to keep the command the same, so I just left it. That's a lot of what I do with the workflows thing. For a while, I was using the remote, and I would pull it up on my phone and would use it to launch things. That way I wasn't clicking things on my keyboard. I don't even know what all I have in here anymore. I have a handful of like custom searches. What are the... I don't even know what all I have. Yeah, web searches. There are a few custom ones in here. I don't even know which ones they are now. Or no, oh, those are gone. Maybe I don't use them as often as I thought. But it's nice because you can pull up and type in wiki and then type whatever you want and search specifically in that store. I do this all the time. All the time. Very, very common. The calculator, I use it all the time as well. The clipboard history, that's a regular one I use. What else? I don't even know what else. Like it's one of these tools that's just on there and I forget that I forget how much it's doing. I really do. Did they come out with new MacBooks? It's got to be over by now. Yep, it's over. So there's iOS 15, macOS Monterey. I'll watch that part shortly. No MacBooks? I didn't think they would. They're pretty good about focusing in on software. Oh, a dictionary. I use it for this a lot too. It's a pretty slick tool. Again, I use it for so much. What's my usage? Yeah, here you go. There you go. Hotkeys is my big one. Is this navigatable? No. What is this? General expansion is new there. Clipboard. And hotkeys. Not much on... I don't really use it for iTunes. Most of that's because I use my phone for that. You had a weak moment and bought a new iMac M1. Nice! I still need to upgrade to Big Sur. Yep. Haven't done that one. Haven't done that one at all. I'm just gun shy because I have so much like AV gear that I have that plugs into it. And it seems like that stuff is only just now starting to become more stable. But honestly, one of the things that's holding me back is the M1 chip, which I really want, doesn't allow external graphics cards over Thunderbolt, which of course is the only connection you can do on these things. And because of that, well, the M1 chip itself doesn't allow external graphics cards. It's not built to handle that. And that's what I use for a lot of overlays and video signals and such at my job. So whenever I'm testing that stuff and altering those things, I regularly plug those external GPUs into my MacBook. Well, I can't upgrade to an M1 because I would lose 4 of my video signals in the building whenever I do that. Or I'd have to put in 2 machines to handle it. Well, that doesn't make sense. It's significantly more expensive to do that, especially when the hardware can handle it. So it's painful. That's what I know. Anyway, all that to say, I need to upgrade to Big Sur yet, and the M1 Mac is not on my radar quite yet. Well, it's on my radar, just not in my future. I'm gonna try Alfred. This is not what I thought I was gonna be doing today. But since they have, if I could click on the right thing, that whole affix thing at the beginning is really smart. Also, being able to do this and type snip. Text sniper? I don't even know what that is. Oh, I'd have to, yeah, find a snippet. Yeah, I could totally search for, oh, you know what this means? I could do a snip and then search for an emoji. Is that gonna work? Yeah, it would totally work. It totally would. I'm so curious now. I am totally going down a rabbit hole. I would... Yes, you are absolutely right, Blake. But here's the thing. I actually have to go here in a few minutes because I'm going to help a buddy unload a trailer. He bought a new house. So, there's that. So I'll be forced to put this off, at least until tonight. I don't think I have anything going on tonight. Let me find out. No, I'm wide open the rest of the day. After I get done moving this guy. Okay. Fun times. Well, I'll need his help when moving into the new house. It's so true. He helped me move into the apartment we're in right now. So very, very grateful to him in helping me with that. But it also means that I will want his help moving whenever we go to move into our new house. But we have a lot of work we're gonna do on it first. You know, the place is 126 years old. Have I talked about this on stream? Doesn't matter. We close on at the end of June. 126 years old. Sits on 5 acres. Has a gorgeous property. It's technically Lakeview is what they're calling it, but it's through like this one little tiny gap in trees across the road. So I don't really count that. But if you go up the very secluded highway that's there, about 150 feet, there's a trail that takes you down to a really nice beach on that lake that's public. So pretty stoked about that as well. It's a nice place, but again, it's really old. So I've got like structural engineer, septic stuff that we're working on. These are all things we knew about before we said yes to it. Nothing that's really concerning to me. So ice fishing year-round? Totally year-round. That's why people have lots of boats. Great fun. Okay, I think I need to call it quits for today. I'm going to go help this guy move. And the rest of this week, here's the schedule. Wednesday, we're going to do office hours on Analog Joe. So watch your emails on that one tomorrow. That will come. You will get an email on that tomorrow if you're a part of analogjoe.com. And if, let's see, this week we don't have Bookworm this Friday. So there's nothing going on this Friday. And let's see what else is going on. I think that's actually it. I'll be back on in a week. I might be having my friend Josh on next week. We'll see. I don't know if that's actually going to work out. I'm trying to figure out a time that will work well to have him join me. We'll see. We'll get there. Bit by bit. All right. I'm going to call it. You guys have a good day. And I will catch you at least in a week, if not on Wednesday. Again, thanks for joining today. Bye, team.